refused to believe that Malcolm Jamal Warner would have wanted his wife and daughter left financially vulnerable after his passing. According to court filings and media reports, Malcolm Jamal Warner's widow, Tanisha Warner, has filed a lawsuit involving his estate and trust, which reportedly has been overseen by his mother since she was named executor in 1996. This situation is especially heartbreaking because everyone involved is experiencing unimaginable grief.
Here is the rewritten version in simple English, expanded to about 120 words. Just when many people thought Malcolm Warner Jr. could finally rest in peace, a family conflict began making headlines. Reports revealed that his wife, Tanisha, and his mother, Pamela, had been in a serious disagreement for some time. Tanisha gave a public interview in which she criticized Pamela, and she also filed a lawsuit against Malcolm's estate, claiming she was owed $1.2 million. Pamela strongly rejected those claims and even suggested that Tanisha may know more about Malcolm's death than she has shared publicly. She insisted that Tanisha would not receive any money from the estate until she fully explained what happened on the day Malcolm died. The situation first became widely known after Tanisha appeared in an interview with Gayle King at her home in Georgia. The interview surprised many people because she and Malcolm had always kept their private lives out of the public eye. During the conversation, Tanisha explained that Malcolm appreciated the fact that she preferred a quiet life and never enjoyed being in the spotlight.
I've never liked the spotlight, and so that's one of the things that he loved in me, meeting a woman that didn't care about what was on the red carpet at all. And
you really didn't care about any of that.
I did not. Mm-hmm. I remember even going to an event with him and we walked the red carpet and I was like, get me out of here. It was too many lights. And I was like, can I just meet you at the end?
When the interview turned to Malcolm's mother, Pamela Warner, and how they were each dealing with his passing, Tanisha appeared uncomfortable. She admitted that she and her mother-in-law had never been very close. According to Tanisha, she was emotionally exhausted and could only handle so much while trying to cope with her loss. As she spoke about Pamela, it was clear that there was still unresolved tension between them. One of Tanisha's biggest concerns was the future of the home where she and her 9-year-old daughter were living. She feared that Pamela, who had legal authority over parts of Malcolm's estate, could decide to sell the house and leave them without a place to live. Her worries seemed understandable because Pamela had previously used her role as trustee of Malcolm's family trust to sell another property, even though Tanisha reportedly disagreed with that decision. The exact reason for selling the home has never been fully explained, leaving many people with unanswered questions. Shortly before the interview aired, Tanisha took legal action by filing a lawsuit against Pamela in her role as successor trustee of the Malcolm Family Trust. In a public statement, Tanisha said she had been doing everything she could to raise their daughter on her own after Malcolm's death. She explained that, as the child's only provider, she believed she had no choice but to file the lawsuit before any legal deadlines expired. She described the case as an effort to protect both her own rights and her daughter's future. According to the lawsuit, Malcolm and Tanisha had signed a prenuptial agreement that included several financial promises. Tanisha claimed that Malcolm agreed to maintain a $1 million life insurance policy naming her as the only beneficiary. She also stated that he had promised to pay her a yearly bonus of $16,000 and a monthly salary of $5,000 for serving as his chief of staff. Tanisha explained that these arrangements were made after they mutually decided she would leave her career and become a full-time wife and mother. Because of these claims, Tanisha is seeking payment from Malcolm's estate before any remaining assets are distributed to other beneficiaries. After the interview was released, some people believed it was carefully timed to gain public sympathy and encourage Malcolm's fans to support her side of the dispute. Others questioned why Malcolm's mother would not want to ensure that her son's widow and granddaughter were financially secure. Many people also found the situation surprising because Malcolm had always appeared organized and responsible. Fans assumed he had carefully planned his financial affairs, making it difficult to understand why there was now such a serious disagreement over his estate. The legal battle left many wondering whether important details had been overlooked or whether there were private family issues that had never been made public. Pamela later responded after learning about the lawsuit. Court records showed that Tanisha filed the case exactly 1 year after Malcolm's death. While Pamela was remembering the anniversary of losing her son, she was also faced with legal papers demanding payment. In a public message, Pamela spoke about the pain she had experienced over the previous year. She said the tragedy had shown her both the worst and the best sides of human nature. She described Malcolm as much more than her son, calling him her trusted friend, business partner, and someone she could always depend on. Pamela explained that she and Malcolm had worked together for more than 40 years, building their family business side by side. She said he was the public face of the company while she handled much of the business behind the scenes. Although they faced many challenges over the years, they always found a way to overcome them together. She believed their long and successful partnership showed the deep level of trust Malcolm had placed in her. Pamela also pointed out that after Malcolm tragically drowned while on vacation in Costa Rica, she did not receive the heartbreaking news from Tanisha. Instead, she learned about her son's death from one of Malcolm's closest friends. That detail only added to the growing tension between the two women and raised even more questions about the difficult relationship that continued after Malcolm's passing.
His best friend. His best friend was contacted. His wife called his best friend to come and tell me what had happened.
Many people believe that Malcolm's wife, Tanisha, and his mother, Pamela, already had a difficult relationship before his passing. However, what upset many people the most was that Tanisha reportedly did not personally call Pamela to tell her that Malcolm had drowned. Even if the two women were not close, some felt that informing a mother about the loss of her son should have come directly from his wife. They had both lost someone they deeply loved, and some believed that heartbreaking moment could have brought them together instead of driving them further apart. From Pamela's point of view, it was painful that Tanisha did not reach out after Malcolm's death but later took legal action seeking $1.2 million from his estate. To Pamela, this made it seem as though money had become the main focus instead of preserving family relationships, something she believed Malcolm valued throughout his life. The situation also raised more questions because there appeared to be conflicting accounts about where Tanisha was when Malcolm died. Early reports suggested she was nearby when he needed to be rescued, but later she reportedly said she was not present. After Malcolm's death, Tanisha also remained silent publicly for some time, which led to even more speculation. During her interview with Gayle King, she was asked to explain what happened that day. However, many viewers felt that her answers did not fully address the questions, leaving uncertainty and continuing public discussion about the events surrounding Malcolm's death.
Particular day, you were on vacation. So were you there first and then he joined?
Well, the moments of that day, they occupy my body so deeply. So it's really hard for me to sort of relive what all of that was and to think about it because it just breaks me in a way that makes it hard for me to sort of stay steady.
Gayle King asked Tanisha a simple yes or no question about whether she was in Costa Rica that day. Instead of giving a direct answer, Tanisha avoided the question and later said the shock of Malcolm's death made it difficult for her to clearly remember the events.
Let me ask you this, was there a time that you thought you had lost both of them? Because that was one of the early reports. Can you say where you were at the time?
I can't remember the details.
You really can't. Do you think you just blocked it out?
I think it was my body went through shock.
Some people believe that because Tanisha is a psychologist, she understands how emotions can influence public opinion. They feel that by explaining her lack of clear memories as a result of trauma, she gained sympathy from many people and avoided further questions about where she was on the day Malcolm died. Once she said the experience had affected her memory, many felt it became difficult to press for more details without appearing insensitive to someone who had lost her husband. Reports also suggest that Pamela and Tanisha tried to resolve their disagreements privately before the legal battle became public. According to those accounts, Tanisha was given access to parts of Malcolm's estate, including investment accounts and many of his personal belongings. However, there is still disagreement over the Malcolm family trust. Some believe that trust was created long before Malcolm and Tanisha were married and was built through years of work between Malcolm and his mother. Because of that, they argue that Tanisha is not automatically entitled to a share of those assets. Despite their differences, many people believe the most important person in this situation is Malcolm's young daughter. Fans feel she should be financially secure and cared for, regardless of the dispute between her mother and grandmother. Many have also expressed hope that both women can reach a peaceful agreement instead of continuing a public legal fight. They believe Malcolm would have wanted his family to stay united and focus on supporting his daughter rather than arguing over money. The situation has also reminded many people of the importance of careful estate planning to help protect loved ones and avoid family conflicts in the future.